Jim here with Limestone Investments to chat about the latest developments in Las Vegas and real estate and specifically. And normally when a new president gets elected, it's kind of a yawn fest. The government kind of usually just does the same thing over and over, and what they've been doing for decades. However, this administration has come out swinging and has completely shaken up the snow globe. And there are three items that the Trump administration is kind of tackling at the moment that are related to real estate. Now, he's doing a lot of things outside of real estate, of course. I'm not here to speak about those items, but I am here to speak about three things that are going to have a significant impact on the real estate here in Las Vegas. And those three things are the FHA subsidies, Section 8 housing vouchers, and federal layoffs. So those are the three things we're going to cover real quick today in this video.
For years, there have been rumors of this happening, but finally, after a massive investigation by the New York Times and an ex-investigator, there is now overwhelming evidence showing how the government is essentially covering up residential bankruptcies, propping up the market, and subsidizing the sky-high prices we've seen since the pandemic using your tax dollars.
Now, you may not know this, but FHA issues loans to people who barely qualify to purchase a home. Their standards are so low that a lot of the people that have FHA mortgages wouldn't even qualify to rent one of our properties. So, for example, if you have a credit score of 560, you do still qualify for an FHA loan. And no surprise, about 15% of those FHA loans default in the first year. And what a lot of people don't know is that there are over 1 million FHA mortgages in default. And guess who's paying for those mortgages? You are. That's right. Taxpayers are paying those mortgages so that the lenders don't default. So the Biden administration has been paying all those mortgages. And the new administration probably won't continue to pay those mortgages. So all of a sudden, we're going to see people who are in default and inventory coming online. And it does solve a big mystery for me. For years, I have been able to understand why there are so few mortgages in default. And so fortunately, that mystery has been solved. Of course, the government's been paying all those mortgages, and that's why they're not in default. So I suspect when the new administration stops paying those mortgages, we're going to see a whole lot of new inventory on the market. Another factor that's going to contribute to a difference in the real estate market is Section 8 vouchers. So if you are not familiar with that, it's a government program that subsidizes low-income families and rents. And here in Las Vegas, Section 8 vouchers typically pay significantly over market rent. And this has propped up a lot of over-leveraged investors, specifically investors that have purchased recently. Those Section 8 vouchers will pay for that rent at a higher price, and that does support those over-leveraged investors. So if they continue to make cuts in the Section 8 voucher program, it is estimated about 128,000 families will lose their voucher. Now, how many of those are in Las Vegas? I don't quite know, but I definitely believe that there's going to be a significant number of people in Las Vegas that will lose those vouchers, and the investors that are relying on those vouchers are going to get their clock cleaned. The good news is we don't have a lot of Section 8 inventory in our business, so I don't see our business being affected by it. And the few investors that do have Section 8 vouchers, they're not over leveraged. So that's the good news. And the last item that I believe is going to have an impact on the inventory in Las Vegas is a lot of federal employees are going to be losing their jobs. They've already started cutting people. I did some math based on some statistics that's published on the public websites. There are about 22,000 federal employees in the state of Nevada. the majority of them live up north, but we do have a handful down here in Las Vegas. And if you do the math on that, there'll be about 220, 200 federal employees in Las Vegas that will be losing or getting a pink slip very soon. And I know 200 properties don't sound like a lot, but when you add up all these things that are going to have an impact on inventory in Las Vegas, I do predict that we're going to see a difference in pricing in Las Vegas. I do predict that prices are going to fall because of all this turmoil that we're going through right now. Don't worry, we'll be here for all of our investors when there's an opportunity to purchase properties at a reasonable price with that cash flow. All those subscribers out there will be the first to know. And thanks for watching.